Hello and welcome to Vlog the Third, just in time for Huntington's Disease Awareness Month. Hooray! Yes! Thank you. Which is the month of May, just in case you're watching this in June. Don't get confused. Now, lots of cool things are happening in the month of May, all in the name of Huntington's disease. We've got people all over the world sharing stories, going to seminars. Famous buildings and landmarks were being lit up in the HD colours. So if you're in Newcastle and happen to see a pink and green Millennium Bridge, don't worry, your drink hasn't been spiked. Well, it might have been. Even the Pope went viral by telling families affected by Huntington's disease to be hidden no more. Now, an awareness campaign is where someone who knows something informs someone who doesn't know something about the thing that he or she knows about. So what could I do? I thought that I could ask my closest friends to think up a question about Huntington's disease that they would like to know the answer to, and I, in return, would find out the answer for them. So welcome to the great HD QnA! It's basically just 5 letters in a row. So, my question this week is, how many people are there in the world with Huntington's disease? There are various reasons why this particular question is really hard to answer. So take a look at this map. Recognise that? That's the world. Now this map was made in 2009, so it's slightly out of date now. So this shows the Huntington's hotspots, red being hot, blue being not. And all the white areas just show up with no data available. So I can attribute that to either the country not knowing about Huntington's disease or them not having enough resources to be able to create a good enough database. So I'm narrowing it down just to the UK for now. In the UK, for every 100,000 people, currently 12.4 of them will have Huntington's disease. So after some quick calculations, that means that there are approximately 8,000 people suffering with HD. That's not even half of a Premier League football stadium. A London tube train in rush hour on the Central Jubilee line has roughly 1,000 people in it, so it's 8 of those. It's not many people. 8,000 is only the number recorded. The actual number is probably much higher than that, and here are a few reasons why that might be. Now, as you know, Huntington's disease has a really wide spectrum of symptoms. Some of them are really common and some of them aren't so common. And for each individual person suffering with Huntington's disease, whichever one comes first, second, third, fourth and so on is completely different. So for some people they might start showing the physical symptoms, and for other people the neurological ones might show up first. So each case is different. So it makes it really hard to diagnose if there's been no previous family history of Huntington's disease, or if you're unaware that there is any previous family history of it. Also, people are living much longer nowadays. So if you're someone who has late onset HD, and late onset HD means that your onset, when it arrives, is later on in life. Now if you have late onset HD and you're living longer, the chances are you will show signs and be affected by it. Now the biggest one for me is the stigma attached to Huntington's disease. The less taboo a disease becomes, the more people will open up about having it. Unfortunately, all too often, HD is hidden away, or it goes undiagnosed or even misdiagnosed, which is sad because the people that really need the help and the support and the care, they just don't get it, or they didn't get it. Like is the case with my family. My granddad died of pneumonia, but we now know that of course he had HD. I should explain that HD itself isn't fatal, it's the other complications that the HD throws up that are the primary cause of death, like, in the example of my granddad, pneumonia. Other common causes are heart disease or heart failure, and there are other ones that aren't as common but still common enough, like infection and accidents through mobility and even suicide. Back to the question at hand, which was how many people in the world suffer with Huntington's disease, and I guess the answer is probably more than we are currently aware of. So to compare, the UK has 12.4 people in every 100,000. America, Australia and lots of other countries in Europe are all very similar, but sadly there's a place in South America where the numbers don't quite match. In the Lake Maracaibo region of Venezuela, 700 people for every 100,000 suffer with HD. Due to common ancestry and lack of education, this awful disease has ravaged this part of the world so cruelly. Now it's these people that the Pope has opened his doors to and helped bring awareness to, because being aware means you don't have to be afraid. Do you reckon the Pope would let you into his garden, Lenny? Do you reckon he'd pick up your poo? Pope picks Pooch's poo. Pope picks Pooch's poo. Pope picks Pooch's poo. Thanks for watching.